Beginning statistics, measures of location. The most common measures of location are the mean, median, and mode, sometimes referred to as central tendency, a set of data central tendency. What does central tendency mean? Well, in any distribution, this is all the data points or the numbers are underneath of this curved line. And in here is the middle or the center. The tendency of these numbers to become closer to the center is what we call central tendency. So the most one that's commonly used is the mean. However, look at the formula. The formula for the mean is the sum or the addition of all the numbers divided by the count of the numbers or how many numbers you have. Wait a minute, that sounds like average. That's a word that we use all the time in our common language. Statisticians call the average the mean. Now the problem with the mean is, or the average, it's affected by extremely large or small numbers. If we have a distribution like this, and we have all the numbers come around here towards the center, but if we have a really small number over here or a really large number over here, it's going to take this mean away from the center. It's going to pull it in whatever direction that strange number or that outlying number is. Think about the housing. Look at this. These are average houses in the average neighborhood, and they have probably all about the same price point within a little bit of each other because they're all the same. But down here we have some not so average houses. Now what if I took this house and I put it over here into this neighborhood? This neighborhood here, the value of all these houses would drop. The average price would come down because this house is obviously pulling. It's an outlier. It's pulling the value of these houses down, which is what we do not want, obviously, for in real estate. Now think about this one. Here's a list of average household incomes for top U.S. cities, along with household income of Beverly Hills, California. We're going to illustrate this point by using this. So we have everything from New York City at 73.9, and they're all different numbers. Phoenix, 58.3, and then San Jose is 104, and of course Beverly Hills, $250,000, the average income in that neighborhood. Now, we took all those numbers and we put them into Excel, and here you'll see here's the numbers. We can very easily calculate the average in Excel by just putting in equals. That's this number here is we're putting it in this square or this rectangle, this cell, they call it for Excel. We put equals, and then we say we want to equal the average of these numbers. This happens to be column F and column F5 through 15. So by putting equals average, highlighting this in Excel, it gives us the average. But the interesting thing, if you look here, the average is 85,000. And if we look at this list of numbers, well, there's actually only two numbers on this list that is more than $85,000. So is this number 85,682, is it really representative of all these numbers? You see, that's what we're trying to get at. We're trying to get at a number that represents all of our numbers. They call that the point estimate. However, you'll see that it really doesn't represent this when we're talking about people's incomes or even house values. For that, we need another measure of central tendency, and that is the median. The median is the midpoint of the values after they have been ordered from the minimum to the maximum. So if we took that same list, here it is again, and we sort it, this is in Excel, and we have 11 numbers here. So we have 5 below and 5 above. Now this is after it's been sorted. Now we have that middle number, which because we have an odd number 11, that's easy to find out because it's the 6th number in this list. But imagine you had hundreds of numbers or even thousands. It would be kind of difficult to sort them all and try to find the middle one. However, if we look here, because this is called what position are they in? Position number 6. However, again, in Excel, it's great. All we have to do is say median equals the median, and then we choose our list of numbers again, and you'll see here that even though they haven't been sorted, it tells us the median number is 65,200. Now, if we look at that, we can see that just as many numbers are below 65,200 as the numbers above. So these two numbers that are a lot higher, like Beverly Hills, are not really affecting the median like it does the average, as we can see here at 85,000. Now, the last measure of central tendency that we're going to talk about is the mode. And the mode is the most frequency, the most highly frequent number. So this is all numbers underneath this curve, and some numbers occur more than others. Sometimes they're only once, and sometimes you could have more than one number. Where we easily see the mode is in a bar graph, right? This is a bar graph, and you could count how many of these things that is represented here, a number of responses for a survey of some kind, and you'll see here that this bar is a lot higher. Well, that one would be the mode, the most highly occurring number. Now, the problem is sometimes with mode, you could have a set of data like this one where we have two modes. And that's okay because we don't use the mode in the same way that we use the median and the mean, because we're not calculating certain statistics. This is a nominal data, what we call nominal data, because it says here, you don't have to have numbers. These could be how many apples and how many bananas and how many oranges. And we say, oh, well, we have more bananas than we do oranges and apples. Oh, by the way, of course, look at this. If we put our same numbers in here for those incomes in the cities, and we try to calculate the mode, what happens? Oh, it's giving me an error, an Excel error. What does that mean? Well, because all of these numbers occur only once, they're telling me it's not understanding because they're all the mode. They only occur once. So what we would do, let's just say for an example, if I change this top number to make it where there's two 62/100s, instead of them all being different numbers, just for illustration purposes, you'll see now that this mode comes in at 62/100 because now it's saying this one is occurring twice and all these others occur only once. So it's the most frequently occurring number. And there you have it. Those are the measures of central tendency that we normally see, the mean, median, and mode.